Hey guys, welcome back to, I guess I'm saying welcome back to my channel now because I was having a really hard time with Instagram and uploading videos. So I'm just transferring everything over to YouTube. I figured I would use my laptop this time instead of my phone, so that's kind of why you're seeing sort of hopefully a better picture. And I know that usually I'll kind of like shuffle and like pull cards before I start recording, but I figured that this would kind of make things a little bit more fun and maybe a little bit more personal. It'll also kind of challenge myself to kind of read more in the moment as opposed to kind of, usually I'll like stop and reflect and take notes, and that's usually what I like to do because I just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys everything that it is that I'm receiving, and I don't want to miss anything, or post a video and be like, oh dang, I should have mentioned that, or oh, like that kind of message came through kind of late. But we're gonna kind of do things a little bit differently this time. So I'm shuffling, and the purpose of this video is to see what messages Spirit has for us starting today all the way through next Monday the 17th. So as I'm shuffling here, I set the intention that for whoever sees this video, whoever is watching this video, that they will receive the message that they need to receive from their ancestors or from their spirit guides, and they will either receive the confirmation that they're needing or have help with that big decision that they are wanting to make. But I'm setting the intention that whatever messages come through, whoever needs to hear them the most will hear them. What do we have in store for Monday the 10th all the way through Monday the 17th? It's kind of funny how like I'm getting really nervous. It's almost like I really feel like somebody really is in front of me. I always get a little bit nervous in front of somebody when I'm giving them a reading, only because I feel like that's me like establishing that connection, and I kind of start to get like a little bit out of breath. So I'm just trying to learn to like calm down and just relax. Okay. I'm always drawn to the center of the deck, so I kind of just trust my hand and my guides. So let's see what we have. Okay, so the first message that is coming through is challenge. I feel like a lot of us are struggling with a challenge. We're kind of maybe feeling like somebody has really just been really getting on our nerves lately, or just like work is very demanding. I see somebody who is really trying their best to stay on top of everything that is that they need to stay on top of with the 7 of Wands. But the good news is you have that higher ground. I also see the Devil, so I kind of get the feeling that this is somebody who's maybe trying to get away from a situation that they feel tied down to, or whether this be like a relationship or a friendship or something. But I feel like this person is the reason that they're in this element of challenge, or they feel that they're in this environment that almost like toxic just kind of came through, is because that is the environment that you've chosen to put yourself in at this time, and it's up to you to really get yourself out of it. And the way that you're going to get yourself out of that is by connecting with others, connecting with close friends, and really figuring out a game plan on what it is that you're going to do to really shift this energy. The King of Swords is here to tell you that through this process of figuring out what moves you're going to make, he's here to remind you that these moves need to be very calculated, weighing pros and cons. The King of Swords is a very logical thinker. He likes logic, he likes reason, he doesn't like emotion. He is, when you're in front of him or if you ask for his wisdom, he is going to want you to put all emotions aside. He wants to know the facts. He wants to know the risks, and he is going to make a calculated decision about what that is going to be. I also get kind of like a so let me pause really quick. So sometimes like I have to just kind of like take a moment and be like, what? And then a message will the message that I just got with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Four of Swords is that when because the movement of this process also at the same time needs to be steady, not too fast, not too slow, definitely steady, and because you don't want the plan to fall through or not work out the way that you want it to be, the way that you want it to. So Spirit is just saying that although you need to make those calculated decisions and figure out what it is, exactly what that game plan is going to be, at the same time Spirit is kind of saying move fast enough to where you're headed somewhere, but don't move fast enough to where somebody's noticing that something is up or that you're up to something. Because I feel like this, I don't know why I feel like this is like a secret plan and you're kind of trying to keep things on the down low. So Spirit is saying hurry up, do what you have to do, but don't move in such a way that is going to alarm anybody else. So that's kind of the those initial messages that are coming through. When I see the devil is here to remind us that this is a time to really reflect on what it is that we're doing that's not that great for us. What habits are we indulging in that are not for our best benefit? What are the things that are keeping us tied down that we no longer need? At the end of the day, when we're tied down to something, it's because we choose to be there. And also when it comes to challenge, just know that if you are facing a challenge this week, or if you do, just know that you have the higher ground and you have the ability to overcome that challenge. And then another key word for this week is teamwork. So if you're faced with that challenge, or if there's something that you're trying to accomplish, just know that it needs to be on a more of like a collaborative sense and reaching out to others and asking their opinions to really get get other people's input, get other opinions on how to move forward. If you're wondering this week on what type of leadership approach you should take, then definitely need to challenge that King of Swords energy and use the logical mind, logical reason. And also, the last thing that I'll say is, take a break. Like, I feel like there's a lot going on in these cards, and there's a lot of like challenge and talking and communicating and just really feeling connected. That's like another word that just came through, is like sometimes we're so connected that we forget that we just need to unplug sometimes. So this week, even though it's calls for us to really connect and communicate, just make sure that if you're that type of person that needs alone time, like don't be afraid to cancel plans and just chill out for a little bit and just say, you know what, like don't be afraid to tell your friends, like I'm really going through a lot right now, I'm handling a lot, and I just really need a moment to disconnect from the outside world, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just stay in for tonight. That is the main message that I have for this week. Let me get my oracle deck really quick because I do want to pull an oracle card for you. I'm really looking to get my hands on some other oracle decks. I really like this one, but I know that there's a lot of really beautiful ones out there that I maybe just don't know about. So, if you guys want to drop in the comments or share what your oracle decks are, that would be awesome. Okay, so what do we need to know? Right, so I have some fly out cards. Those are always the best. Those are the ones that really want to be seen. So the first card that comes through is blessings. And the next card is gateway. And the next card is happiness. So going back to what I was saying before, you were in control of your happiness. This plan or this action plan that needs to be created is ultimately going to lead to the gateway to your blessings and to your happiness. I know that it can be very scary when figuring out what it is that we need to do next in our lives, and a lot of times we don't really know what that is. I remember one time I was just like in a place where I knew that I was in the wrong place. And I didn't know exactly where it is I needed to go or what it is that I needed to do. And it's funny that I'm starting to tell this story as I'm looking down at the cards that I had like pulled down before. But I didn't know what to do. And I just knew that I wasn't where I was supposed to be. And I did the scariest thing ever. And I finally opened up my heart to my guides, to my ancestors, to the universe, and I just said, guides, I know I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I know that you have a plan for me. Take the wheel. Like, I'm giving you control. Whatever it is that you need to make happen to have things fall into place, go ahead and do it. And it was just like, after that, they were like, done. And say no more. And boom, 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 boom. Like, I feel like some of you have probably heard this story before. And they were like, okay, cool. And then just, stuff started happening like left and right. And I was definitely prompted, like that new beginning, like this was my guides being like, you know what, all right, boom, you're good. And then it was definitely with the Queen of Cups, and then the oh my god, I don't even know these. Like I just see like these images. Like I've never really paid attention to like numbers. 8 of Cups. This, it was like an emotional journey, like, but I just knew that I had to go, and it was definitely a moment to be where it was just like an awakening, and I was like, wow, like my guys like really have my back, like this is some scary shit, and shit is like really falling apart and hitting the fan, but ultimately things are working out, and I almost eventually, I hope you guys can see these. This is the first time I'm using this camera, so this is the King of Pentacles, and eventually I achieved that stability. So it's funny that I kind of pulled out those cards before I even started telling that story, because these cards kind of reinforce that story. Let's see, where am I? I'm at 16 minutes. Let's pull one last card. I feel like there's one more message for all of us, or definitely for one of us, that needs to be heard. Oh my god, I'm gonna die if this is the 7 of Pentacles. No. Okay. Justice. So a message that's coming through is that for this week, whatever it is that we're battling, whether it be internally, externally, justice is really on our side. If you're going through any legal troubles or legal battles, then this is definitely a positive card to see. You know, of course, if you're on the right side of justice, justice is going to be there for you. However, if you're on the wrong side of justice, then the fact that you're seeing this card is kind of just know that justice is about to have a reckoning. Justice always sees both sides to every story and sees them, weighs them equally, and isn't afraid to cast that sentence, whether it be a karmic sentence, whether it be a literal court sentence. But just know that if you're on the right side of justice, then justice is also on your side, and it is going to be done very swiftly. But that is, I'll go ahead and stop there before I get too ahead of myself. And I will go ahead and stop there, and I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly reading, and I definitely hope that it resonated with some of you. I hope that you all, whoever got their confirmation that they needed, or needed what they needed to hear to kind of muster up that strength to get through another week of life. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.